So, JC and Nat here for retirecheap.asia, and we wanted to get you up to speed with what's been happening on our farm, right? So, we did a video before a few weeks ago, and we just want to get everybody up to speed. And we're going to use a few clips from our member site, weekly updates that we do every week with the members, because we go over all these things every week in the member site. But a lot has happened over the last few weeks. The videos that they'll see, we'll be talking about where the winter went. We were waiting for winter because it was hot. In fact, we got up to 102 Fahrenheit one day, and now it's cool right now as we're shooting this. In fact, last night it probably got down to about 60 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that, about 65 Fahrenheit, which is about 19 or 20 degrees Celsius, something like that. So the weather is gorgeous. You'll see our clothes blowing in the wind. Beautiful breeze today, gorgeous. But when we shot some of these clips, you're going to see the weather was hot. And so go ahead and get up to speed, and then we'll talk to you at the end about something that you saw within those clips. But you're going to see a lot about all these things we've done. Check this out. I'm JC. This is Nat. Together we've helped hundreds of foreigners get more life for less money by having a retirement in Thailand. Now we've set out on a new adventure with the help of Danoi, Gagao, and Gopur. Together, join us on our journey while we turn this into this and make a full forest and help make Thailand green again. Well, Nat, where are we?
In Sha'am Beach.
In Sha'am Beach. We needed to come here to pick up a few things. We didn't make the member meeting. The member meeting was actually today, and so we didn't make it in time. But we're going to pick up some things, head back to Isan. We'd like to hang out here and chill, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we need to get back. But they say they're going to open up more tourism in Sha'am, but what do you think? Yeah. It looks like to us they've already opened up Sha'am. Yeah, it's jamming. There's a lot of people, and this is nighttime, and it's not a holiday, and it's the middle of the week, and there's a lot of people here. So I think things are going to be okay for Sha'am. You know. Anyway, that's it. Now on to the
road again.
On the road again.
Sawadika, we back.
That's right, we're back. We're still at the beach though, right?
No,
where
the
are we?
rice field, the farm.
The rice field of the farm. Yeah, and we wanted to get this right now because you'll be seeing the rice harvester behind us going back and forth. So we thought, hey, great time to do. It's not too noisy. It's pretty far away, but maybe you'll be able to see it anyway. Yeah, it turned out to be a big day today, but we'll talk about a few things that I wanted to talk about. We did go to Sha'am.
Yes.
And we wanted to make the member meeting, but it didn't happen. We got there on Tuesday night. And what time did we get to Sha'am?
About 4 o'clock.
About 4 o'clock. And we need to get an oil change really bad. We were over the mileage. So I said, we'll slip in and get a quick oil change. Was it quick?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't quick. The guy wanted to sell us everything. You know, he said, how much just for oil and oil filter? He said, like, how much was 1,100 baht or something like that?
1,400.
Yeah, 1,400 baht. And then they came back like an hour and a half later with this whole list, 7,000, bought new battery and tires and every filter for the everything.
Tire.
And I went, no, we just want the oil change. So, but they tested all this stuff and did everything, and so it took us a long time. So by that time it was dinner time. We went and got some dinner. And the reason we actually went to Cha'am, I'll show you real quick what we did. And why we needed to get there and get back. So Nat, yes. What do we got here? A washing machine. So this is real important because we've been going to the machine in town to do the wash right now.
Yes.
And we weren't 100% sure that this was going to work because the electricity. But we did some calculations, and we figured, hey, it's not going to be a problem. So we have the water piped into it, and the machine's working good. Nat tested it. We have clothes already done. Good to go, right? How's it feel to have your own washing machine here now?
Easy.
Yeah, much better than having to go into town and then put it in a basket and bring it out here to dry it. Really good. So that was one.
Give me 20 baht.
Yeah, the kids want to come pay to do their laundry over here. Yeah, because they got school clothes they have to wash. And the other thing we brought,
motorcycle.
That's right, our Honda PCX. And it suffered some problems just because of the salt in Cha'am and it's sitting. So, yeah, the color's all gone from the plastic. Yeah, and we got rust and oxidation in certain places. So it's took a little bit of beating there. The battery, we had to buy a new battery for it, which was about $20. And we got a slow leak in the rear tire. But I actually want to replace these tires. These are like street tires. And I want to replace them with a brand called D-Tracker, which is actually like a knobby, a little bit more of a knobby tire. So when we go on the clay roads, the dirt roads here, it'll be more stable. So those are the two things we did. And we'll talk a little bit more about the third thing we got. I ordered this because they said winter was coming. It's hot. It never materialized. But we have, what do we got now?
Hot water.
Hot water. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But yeah, this is the deal. It's only, I think, $40, something like that. And it's got a fitting. I put the fitting on here for a gas canister. And it's piped in hot and cold, and it comes on automatically. We got it set all the way to the settings to make it as cool as possible. And it's still pretty warm. So we'll see when it gets to be cool weather, whether it's too hot for Nat or not. But anyway, those are the things that we picked up from Cha'am in our dash to Cha'am. Got there in the evening, left the next morning. And so, done deal. So there you go. That's why we did it. We needed to get the stuff from Cha'am here, and we had a limited amount of time to do it. We needed to get back really quick. And so we did the flip-flop. Went to Cha'am in one day and returned the next day. And because we got there late, we didn't get a chance to do the member meeting.
No.
And so we missed it by a few hours, by a day actually. So sorry we missed everybody at the member meeting. Have you considered an on-demand hot water heater that you can move to your big house later, or would that put too much demand on your solar system? We showed you the hot water heater that we got since we've been here. We didn't bring that from Cha'am, but we installed that, and we went with gas because of this. An on-demand hot water heater, which was what all Thai people have. We don't have the hot water tank like we have in America here. We have everything's on demand. It's electric. And so you turn on the water in the shower and it turns hot because they have a little unit on the wall. And did we consider that? Absolutely. I looked into it, but the wattage of these things is incredible. I think it was like 4,000 watts. And it was like, nah, I can't do that, especially when the sun goes down. That would suck all our electricity. We'd have no electricity for air conditioning.
Yeah.
So I said, you know, when we were camping in Putabart, we had a gas hot water here. Let me look into it. And it was cheap, And so I ordered it up. Cost about, I think it was 1,200 baht, something like that, which is about $40, $50, something like that. And I hooked it up in a day. We haven't got a separate gas tank for it yet, but we've tested it out with the gas tank we use for the stove. It works good. In fact, it's almost too hot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost too hot. But if it's cold, and we're still waiting for winter, aren't we?
Not yet.
Oh my God, we're still waiting for winter. Yeah. And we had a couple days cloudy with rain. And I think what happened was the cold front stalled, you know, fighting this hot air, and it wasn't strong enough. This was the first cold front. It wasn't strong enough to push through, so it stalled on us for a couple of days, then backed off, and we got warmer, humid weather again. But when the next one comes, it should be stronger as time goes on and push through here and get us some cooler weather, and we'll have the hot water heater. But yeah, we did check on that, Tom, and it was just too high of wattage. So there you go. Rices are drying.
Yeah.
And they're real happy. You know, I'm saying it's hot and, you know, sunny and stuff like that, so it's warm, it's a little bit humid. But everybody's really happy. In fact, I think this is why the machine is out. Everybody, within the last few days, I'd say last 4 days, 5 days, have been cutting rice. You know, because they had this big rain, and then it scared everybody, I think, about, because you can't dry the rice if it's cloudy and wet. And so now that they got this window of hot, dry weather, the machines are out everywhere. And the bad thing about this is we had that rain, and I see the big trucks that carry these machines destroying our little roads.
Yeah.
When these guys go out on the road, not good for the roads as well. That's sort of like the dick bark for the snake, but not quite. That's a stranger bark. I see somebody I don't know bark. But anyway, so yeah, they're digging up the roads. That's the downside of this. And the other downside is our green, even though the green is going away now.
Yeah.
The tops of the rice have all turned brown, and those are the fields that this machine out there is going after to cut those because they're already brown. They're ready to be harvested. All the green ones are still up. They might be another week or something like that, and then the machine will get to them. But all our green's going to be gone soon. And so it's the end of the green season.
Yeah.
And then winter comes, we lose the rains. They'll stop until April, and everything will start turning brown again. So, anything you want to add?
No?
No? Yeah, a lot of activity though, because when they say we're going to cut the rice, it's a big process. You got to get the machine to come, make an appointment for the machine to come, and then they cut it.
For dry.
That's right. The machine will put it into a truck, and the truck will take it to wherever you want to go dry it. And wherever it is, you'll lay down these blue tarps, like, and then the truck will dump the rice there, and then everybody starts just raking it all day long in the sun, trying to get it to dry as quick as possible. And then overnight, you're not going to leave your rice, especially on the roads. They do this on the roads. They take up one lane. All these roads become one lane. And one lane is just all rice. And they have to have, they cover it up at night so the dew doesn't get it wet again. And then they have to have rice security.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, people stay there all night, hanging out with the rice and watch it, wait, you can protect it while it's drying. How many days does it take to dry it? 2, 3?
Something like that. I never dry the light.
Rice, that isn't an official rice dryer, but that's what's happening. And so we woke up to this day, we're cutting the rice, okay, get the tarps and do this and do that and hire people and get the drinks for the people working and all this stuff. So it's happening, a lot of action. And now they're right next door as well. So we thought, hey, let's show them this is how they harvest the rice. Anyway. Hey, Nat. Well, today we have another project. Well, why do we have a project? What's the project for?
For the chicken.
That's right. We have a chicken problem, right? What's our chicken problem?
They come to eat plant or vegetable.
That's right. They come into our yard to graze, I guess you would call it. I don't know what chickens do, but they come into our yard, which we said, well, first we tried to keep them out. That didn't work. We put up some kind of chicken wire that was like almost like fishing line. It didn't work so good at all. And so we said, okay, just let the chickens go. But they eventually got where?
Too cold to the house.
Got almost to the house. And we're like, no, it's not good because we're going to plant again. And they're going to start eating everything, all the seeds and stuff. And that's not a good thing. And so I know you can't see Nat's face. She's trying to stay out of the sun. But anyway, so we're going to put up a border fence between her parents' house that has now about 60 chickens and our place, because eventually we're going to have laying hens and they'll be in a chicken tractor. And so we want to keep her parents' chickens out of the yard. So we're going to put up a little chicken fence, and we're trying a new product, and it's plastic, but it's thicker and it should stand up, and we got some eucalyptus poles we're going to hold it up with. So I think we got 100 meters and about 13 poles, and we're going to put it up and see if that keeps our chicken problem down. Yeah. So let's put up some poles, okay, and put up some chicken fence. Well, Nat,
Yes.
Did we get the fence up?
Yeah.
We got the fence up. As you can see, it goes all the way down the property line. Good, huh? Good job. Look at this, all the way across our little driveway here. But why did we do this?
For the chicken cannot come in.
Keep the chickens out. What do the chickens do?
They come on that hole.
I heard one of the chickens say, what did the chicken say?
Always option.
There's always an option, that's right. So they come in the hole. They just come down the road a little bit and come in the hole. So what we need to do now is what, Nat?
Put more in this side too.
Yeah, we have some net left over. So what we're going to do is try and go from behind that pole here and go on down. Just how far do you think we need to go down to keep the chickens out, Nat?
A lot to over there.
To that tree, huh? What's that? That tree right there. Yeah, that tree. And so we'll do that, and hopefully the chickens will be too lazy to go down the road, right? All right. So that's the deal. We'll let you know how it all works out, but so far the chickens are still coming in to the resort. They think this is a resort, right?
And they think the big space to walk and live.
Yeah, they have a lot of cut rice and everything over there.
No.
It's like your kids. They have a whole house and everything over there, but now we're going to go chill over at the resort. Anyway, that's the deal. See ya.
1 week later.
Well, it's about that time. We're getting to the end of the rainy season, and guess what? Our little pond is full. Now, it rained so much during rainy season that the water actually came out of the pond. It overflowed. And so we actually have standing water over here now. And the entrance for the overflow, what we want to do, it's time to start stocking our tilapia in here, because we want to raise some tilapia to eat. I don't think we'll be selling it. I think we'll just be eating mostly. But see this little hole here? This was the overflow that allowed it to run out here. But what we need to do is we need to block this up so when we put little fish in there, they can't get out. But it's time to start stocking fish. Now, tilapia, if you don't know, they are vegetarian. And to feed them, we can throw cuttings in and scraps from food and stuff like that. And that's all good. But they also eat algae. Hey, Gopa. Hello. And so, for the algae, you want the algae to start growing. And so to do that, we fertilize the pond. And you can do that with excrement, either from manure from cows or chickens or whatever. Well, we know of a place we can go get manure from chicken manure. And from what I've read, they said for every square meter of surface water, put 1 kilo of chicken manure in there. Now, I figured this up, and we have like 300 square meters. That would be like 300 kilos. I don't think I'm going to put 300 kilos of chicken manure in here. But we're going to go get some, because we know of a place, we don't know how much it is or whatever, but we know of a place we can buy chicken manure. We're going to go get some bags of it, and then put this in there, and then we're going to wait about 1 week and then go buy the little fingerlings, I think they call them, of tilapia and stock this baby and get raising some fish in our pond, because that's why we dug it, right? So the idea is grow our own vegetables, have our own seafood or fish for protein, and also get some laying hens going and produce some eggs. But what I want to do for the laying hens, I don't want a traditional coop. I would like a chicken tractor coop that I can move up and down on the surface of the land so that they get a new place to graze every day, and they help fertilize and everything like that. So that's the idea with the chickens, but we're going to work on the fish first. So let's go get some chicken manure and stock our pond with that and fertilize it so the algae can start growing and so we can get some fish in there. See ya.
2 hours later.
All right, Nat.
Yes.
What do we got in the back of the truck? Kigai, chicken manure. And how many bags do we have?
We buy 10, but they give you free 3 bags. I mean 13 now.
Buy 10, get 3 free. Okay, so we got 13 bags. I'm not sure how much they all weigh. I think they weigh about 10 kilos, something like that.
Yeah,
Something like that. So we should have about 130 kilos of this in the back of the truck. So we're going to try and figure out some way to get that in the pond, because around the edge of the pond it's a little bit soft. So we need to get that in there. So that's what our project is for today. Get that in there. So let's start dumping huh? Dumping the manure. Well, Nat,
Done deal.
done deal. We got 13 bags of chicken manure in the pond. So now we wait 1 week, and then we'll go buy the fish. You remember how much the little fingerlings of tilapia are? How much? 2 baht for 1 fish. And so we'll go get those, and I'll figure out how many we're going to stock. We're not going to be selling these commercially, so we don't need a lot. We just need it to be plentiful enough to eat and be able to give to family and stuff like that. And I also had heard from somebody in Thailand that raises tilapia that it's good to put a couple of catfish in there, because if you put a couple catfish, they'll keep the population down, because in a pond like this where we're not eating a lot or harvesting commercially, then they're going to grow really fast, and you might end up with too large of a population of fish in there. And if you add a couple catfish, they'll eat the young and keep the population down. I'm not sure about that. I'll be updating you on that going forward, but that's the scoop. We have now our pond fertilized.
Yes.
Good to go. We'll keep you updated. See ya.
See ya.
1 week later.
All right, Nat, what's today?
They forget the fish.
That's right. About a week ago, we put the fertilization in the pond, and we'll walk over here because it's a little less noisy. We're on a busy road, and today's the day we're going to get some fish for our pond. And we're at the fish store. Now, we stopped at a place I guess it was about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and got a price on a tilapia to stock our pond. And so we go by this place all the time on the way to Buriram, and I said we ought to stop today because we were getting some plants down the road. I said, hey, let's stop here and ask how much they're going to be here. All right, we made an executive decision. We're going to buy the fish from here. And the lady was a wealth of information, because they have like different kinds of tilapia. They have some that are just grow for commercial purposes, and they grow big, but they don't breed. All right. Then you have the ones that'll breed, but they don't grow very big. They grow about the size of your hand, and so that's not good if you're trying to feed a whole family, right? Then they have what's called tuptin, which is a red fish, and it also eats algae and is vegetarian basically. and you can mix these. And so what we're going to do is get 200 of the tub tim, 200 of the ones that grow fast but don't breed, and then we're going to get another one that breeds but takes a long time for them to grow big. So anyway, so we're going to do this mixture and see how it works, right? So we're looking at 2 baht for the tub tim, the red ones, and then I think these are 3 baht for the ones that mate, and then the ones that don't mate are like 1 baht or something like that. But anyway, it's going to cost us about 1,200 baht for 600 fish. So we're going to start out with 600 and see how it goes. But anyway, today is fish day. They also sell ducks here. And these ducks actually lay eggs. So if you wanted duck eggs, you could actually buy some of these and have your own duck eggs. Always what? That's right, always an option. But anyway, that's the deal. And I asked about adding catfish to keep the population down so it doesn't get overpopulated in the pond. And she said wait till they get bigger and then add a few catfish. So there you go. Anyway, it's exciting. Our food farm is starting to take shape. So we're going to do some hydroponics and get some vegetables growing. And we're going to get the fish. And then maybe I'll make a chicken tractor and try and get some laying hens going. Or get some ducks that lay eggs. Not sure which. Let's see. Okay, so Nat's tying up the net. So if we get another rain, which I don't think we're going to get, I think rainy season is over for this year, but just in case it does, we won't lose our fish out of the pond and they won't come swimming out, because you can see we had some overflow because of the heavy rains. But she's going to net that up, and then 600 fish are going in the pond. Right, Danoy? How many? 600, that's right. In the pond. And in about 6 or 8 months, we're having fish dinner. Right? Right, Cooper? กินปลาเหรอ? So there you go. Now our pond, we stock the fish in there. They saw us stocking the fish. But how's our fish doing?
We don't see them too much.
We're not sure what kind of fish were actually in the pond when we put those little baby tilapia in there. They haven't been very active. I throw food in every once in a while. I don't see a lot of action of them trying to eat the food. So we're not exactly sure if we have any tilapia left in there, right? And the water, because now we've gone away from rainy season, we haven't had rain for about a couple weeks, the water's starting to evaporate out of the pond as well. So we'll be adding water, trying to aerate it, and see if our fish are growing. But we got a lot of other things that we're lining up to do, which you'll be seeing in the next video, and trying to get food from our farm, right? Become self-sufficient. And I don't do a lot of this stuff because I think you all are going to be interested in just starting your own farm. But just like in the weekly update member site, we talk about things that might be of interest to you. Not exactly what we're doing, but other things, like, you know, when we talk about tilapia fish or something like this, or about hot water, there's always what?
Option.
Yeah, there's always options. So if you can get some kind of benefit out of the material, I always want to do that, pass on some words of wisdom or some ideas. And if you come over, you're probably not going to do exactly what we're doing, but you might be able to use some of these things that we're talking about. And I'll be talking more about other things that are happening in the news and stuff very soon. It'll be added into these videos as well. But for right now, we wanted to just get you up to speed with what's happening on the farm. So stay well, stay strong, and remember there's
Always options.
always options. See you, JC and Nat out.
Bye.
Hey, JC here. If you like that video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel here. Also, we have another video up here you're going to be really interested in watching as well. And if you're looking for all the details of how to retire in Thailand in one place, plus a group of people to support you, check this out over here. Give it a click.